There is a secret code or message in Piggy Chapter 10, The Temple, and we're going to explain everything about that, as well as all the notes, the theories for Chapter 11, the skins, and more. Additionally, we will also be covering how to get the Phenna skin. If you want to learn more Piggy secrets, build mode tips, and more, make sure you start now by subscribing to Piggy Plus and tapping that bell to be notified when we upload another video like this. So as a refresher, this temple map is the area that is underneath Kona's lab. Now, for whatever reason, we try to escape the temple, which is underneath Kona's lab. Like, are we trying to escape from him? It doesn't really make sense, but either way, we escape with Robbie. And you might want to have to go back to Factory and get that savior ending if you haven't already, because the story is actually quite different and very essential for this chapter, unlike the other chapters. The savior ending will help you as the player experiences this flashback, this vision. He sees all these characters that he's seen before in the past, and he knows that there's something messing with his mind. After seeing one old friend, the player meets two others. They just show up randomly, and then they disappear. Then, speaking of randomly appearing, the leader, the boss of the Insolence, shows up. He is creepier than Mr. Stitchy.
Are you sure about that?
He gives us these different places that we have been to, and it's creepy that he knows this stuff. He has been following us throughout book 1. This guy has been fascinated by us for a while now, and of course the player says, "You're calling me unique? Look at you."
Oh my God! No!
He says that we didn't get infected, which means we have the power to do things beyond our understanding. Pony says, "Have you seen them too?" So he's not the only one that has seen this weird creature. He goes on to say that because he's getting more and more direct with us, he does not like what we are currently doing, which is getting the cure. Now, with this new chapter update, we got only one new skin, Spidella. However, if you really looked hard enough, you would have noticed that there is actually a secret skin, and I'm going to show you how to get that right now. You want to open up the shovel room, get that whole area open and cleaned out and ready to go so that you can open up this portal right here. That right there is the first of 4 question marks that you will need to use the candle on. But before I move on to finding the next candle, I need to find one of these 4 symbols. And once I find it, I want to remember that. You can find the hashtag under the bench. You can find the little eye symbol right there on the bottom of the wall. You can also find the X shape right here on the side of the post. And you can find a V shape right here on the top of this room. So the first sign to appear was that V shape. Now I have that sign. I want to remember it. Then I go and quickly find the next question mark. Put the candle out, use it. Then I go and find the next sign. Once I find it, I want to remember that in this sequence. Then I want to get another question mark, and so on until you have gotten all 4 signs in a certain order. And then once you remember all 4 of those signs, you want to go over here right above the crouch point and click them in the chronological order. So if I click them, in this case my sequence was X, V, hashtag, and then I just got it. Now remember, it does not always go in that order. As I said, it's a randomized order, and you will get this skin right here. There's the killing animation, Phenna the Phoenix. Now let's read some of the secret notes that were hidden in this map and not talked about as much as in any other normal chapter. To any travelers attempting to use the tunnel to the surface, this guide may prove useful. To solve this, all you need to do is... Robbie was one of the earlier prototypes. He got into a lot of trouble, a lot. He was embarrassing out in public. Now, I couldn't ask for a better friend. Dash Kona. They say you can tell a lot from someone by just looking at them. After looking through personal records of many people, I've come to the conclusion that green means they used to be very independent. Dash Kona. That has to do with the eye pupils. This is going to be very important. We can look back at a lot of these characters now and notice that they were very independent. That's the second hint he's given us with that kind of stuff. The first hint was about the eye color yellow. If they have a yellow pupil, it means they were very helpful in their communities. Another one of Kona's notes says, now, the orange ones, I've got nothing. They're all very different than the others. Like, very different. In the blink of an eye, they can travel a great distance. Normally, they're seen in packs. I have a whole theories video on everything about these eye pupil colors. Here's the card right here. Go check that out. Continuing with Kona's notes, he says, looks like I accidentally dug into a historical site twice. Well, hopefully the government doesn't find out. An anonymous note says, patient 0 cannot be found. However, we've tracked down one of the first subjects who has been administered with the potion. We must act fast while the sample is still pure. They continue to say our bombs are showing very little effectiveness against the hordes approaching. Outpost Echo has been silent, but we must follow our orders and wait for a signal. Now, our phonal note is more of like Morse code almost. It's a bunch of dots, underscores, and slashes. Whatever this is, it probably translates to a message or a code or a signal that was mentioned in the previous note and that Kona mentioned at the end of the Savior cutscene. This cutscene also answers some hidden questions. For instance, the note in the mall, don't trust the SI. We assumed it was signal. That was the main guess. And in that same cutscene, once you beat the mall, Pony says, I heard a signal from up north, something about an outpost. Don't trust the signal. Kona says, I found a signal at the end of that cutscene. We're putting this all together. And even on top of this, we have this image from the trailer. Pony's looking right at the building. And there's this tall building thing with a flare sticking up. I don't even know if that's the right word for it. But in the same cutscene at the end of chapter 10, we have the same image. I guess we're not supposed to trust it, are we not? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. I do believe when we're in this snowy area, we're gonna head somewhere to the outpost, make contact with it somehow, but I do believe that the map for chapter 11 is most likely going to be the main menu room, that area, because I assume that chapter 12 will be like a boss fight or some other map or some map that we've never even been exposed to, or it will have something to do with Ghost Bunny that quickly appeared in the trailer. Something else I noticed in that trailer for a while now is there is a specific order in which these scenes are placed and a specific pattern. If you want to see more about that and want to see exactly what actually happens and how I figured that all out, check out this video right here. And if you want to learn more Piggy and Piggy build mode tips, tricks, secrets, and a bunch of other cool stuff, make sure that you press the subscribe icon with my logo right here. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next episode.